Sing No Sad Songs for me combines the story of several women. The first, historically, is Christina Rossetti, a poetess who lived in London in the 19th century. And I wanted to set her voice in the context of empire of the time. So the sound of the oud, the tambour and the Indian tabla. It's about making connections.
We all met in this band in Crete, in Greece, in Houdetsin Labyrinth musical workshops.
My
name is Evgenios Voulgaris. I play the Yali tambour and I come from Greece.
Something strange about the composer of the piece. For example, how come a woman raised in London to playing oud and composing music with elements of the East, and how come an Italian guy playing tabla, how come people from Greece all come together and play this music.
Christina Rossetti was herself a child of exile. Her father had been expelled from Italy. He fled for his life. So they belonged to the Italian community of London and suffered the prejudices of English society at the time. And Christina Rossetti wrote very melancholic poetry, really expressing her loneliness and isolation. But this opens her out into a broader historical context. So the losses that she's singing about aren't just personal.
When I am dead, my love, when I am dead, my love, sing no sad songs for me.
The theme of the poetry that we negotiate through the music is something that in Ottoman tradition, for example, and even in the popular music of Greece or Turkey, it's a very alive theme.
It's a long journey that goes through many different rhythms, many different state of mind, let's say.
That Rossetti, she talks about ghosts. I think she's referring about her life, feeling like that. The people in London behave to foreigners like they are not visible, they are not people that exist. This is in 19th century, happens today with the refugees. This will not happen if we can combine cultural civilizations from different countries, like what Rachel does.
They stood in the blank moonlight, but no shadow lay on the ground. They spoke without a voice and they danced without a sound.
And then there's another woman inside this song cycle. That is an Irish woman who moved to London in the early 1920s. We know very little about her, but she was extremely beautiful and she became a model. You can see this picture of her here. Just one of many glorious photos, extremely posed, very arty. And she is inside the beautiful book by Cecil Beaton, his Book of Beauty, which is a rarity these days, and it's like a catalogue of the beautiful women of the time. And then she died of an overdose in 1934. She was my grandmother, and her story has haunted my life. And she was an immigrant. She was an immigrant from Ireland.
different traditions, and the common is not the external part of the music, the modes, the different voices of the instrument, but mostly the internal stuff, the way to feel at the same time through different languages.
Of course, Indian music there are different rhythms, but what I'm doing here is just translating in my language Middle Eastern rhythms, Turkish rhythms.
Double bass, but not in a way a classical musician would play. I would play in this project like an oud player.
All these are very familiar, but at the same time very new.
It's something new for me to be part with this project along with these great musicians was very stimulating for me.